Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back for another JJK chapter, and Sukuna's full form is about to just go crazy, man. 238 has definitely been a blessing on the JJK fandom. Like, this dude Sukuna, so much gets revealed about him. This dude's entire body is just built different, but we just got to get right into it because we have Kashimo. He's just like looking with his like eyes because he made eyes out of his like power, because the mythic beast amber ability can really just make anything like sort of there is a very loose rule behind it, like anything like lightning or electricity based, but I feel like Gege is just making him do like anything possible, because he's just throwing out like lightning beams and just beams energy. He's making like eyes and stuff, so he's like seeing what Sukuna's like full body can do with his eyes, and it's like he just sees like perfection. Like just utterly immaculate. That's what it says. But we have Kashimo versus Sukuna in their full forms. That's what the little like note says to start us off. And this is the start of like Sukuna finally battling in his full form, because he's been hiding this for a while, waiting until like he absolutely needed to get his like full burst of like regen healing, because his like incarnation thing will basically heal him back fully. So he's basically ready to go for a full round 2, and I'm pretty sure he's a little bit stronger than he was before, just because of the way that he's about to just do shit now. But either way, we have these little I think narrator boxes coming in and just talking about what Sukuna just can do and just the benefits of his body. So, and it says like, while every Jujutsu sorcerer sort of needs to like make hand signs, Sukuna has 4. So he can just basically do hand signs and still fight. And he has 2 mouths. So one mouth can always be doing the incantations or like the enchantments for the basically like the full force of his like jujutsu techniques. And the other like mouth doesn't have to worry about it. And it's just like, this body has like the greatest advantage for sorcery like ever. He can use jujutsu in like just the highest degree with this body, because there's no like impediments at all. Like, he doesn't need to stop to do hand signs. He can still continue to fight while doing hand signs. He doesn't need to stop to like do his incantations and stuff. His like stomach mouth can do it the whole time. And they even talk about like, even though his body like looks like weird, it has like nothing wrong with it. Like, it works perfectly fine. And like, I'm guessing it even works better than a regular human body would, just because like having 4 arms is like, I bet, a lot easier to do shit, especially fighting. And we see Sukuna sort of just use them to his absolute advantage later on. But we see this like amazing panel of Sukuna doing like a hand sign or whatever, while he has his other 2 hands like just out with his like I think it's the Kamo Toke, but like his little thing from Yorozu, even though he has already been battling with it before. So maybe she had it and like took it away from him somehow, because this next panel is like sort of like scratchy and we can't really see it that much, but it's like sort of I guess like a rendition, like a Japanese like a painting rendition of like what Sukuna did. And he's holding his Kamu Toke, and he's holding his like spear thing, which is called the Hiten. And it even says like, in this form, he was like a different type of beast, bro. And he used his 2 cursed tools, the Kame Toke and the Hiken, or the Hiten, sorry. And like, he was able to annihilate the elite celestial squad. I think that was Uro's squad, like the girl with like, she was able to like pull the like sky around, and she was naked and stuff, you know. I mean, it's pretty hard to forget who she is, but that was like her squad, or like she was in it or something. And then he's also defeated the 5 Void Generals, which I think that was like Yorozu's squad, or she was in there sometime. And then they all served underneath like the Fujiwara, which we heard Uro talk about all the time, like, fuck you, Fujiwara, even though Yuta wasn't even Fujiwara. But we have like even more people that he defeated. And like, this is just like I guess a checklist. Like, Gege is like, yes, every single like ancient or like a faraway clan that I mentioned back in the day was strong, Sukuna had defeated them. Like, that's just all. He's just going through a checklist, like, yeah, Uro or like the Fujiwara, all this stuff. And they even continue to say like he dispelled the Abe clan, and like that was with like Angel. She was either in that clan or she was like doing something with that, or I don't know if Angel was a girl originally, but they're in a girl's body right now, so I just say her. Either way. They also say like also the remnants of the Sugiwara clan, or yeah, the Sugawara clan, which was obviously Gojo and Yuta's like ancestors. So Yeah, Sukuna has basically just defeated everybody. He went through the whole grocery list, bro. He ate them all. And we just see Kashimo. He's like, what the fuck is this? Like this, like I can't believe this. This is just beautiful. And of course, he's like, this is just like the body that is made for like jujutsu, like sorcery. Like, this man is the utter, like, it's just utter perfection. And then we see Sukuna put the Kamutoke in his mouth, and he like rushes into fight. Like he already has like 3 hands with the Kamutoke in his hand. That's like a weapon too. But he's like, no, I need all 4, and just goes in and starts beating the fuck out of Kashimo. Like he sort of like holds him off a little bit at the start, but once it gets going, he starts getting hit, like and hit over and over again. Like he tries to like come back with like a big like laser beam attack or in something, and Sukuna says, bro, what are you doing? And oh my gosh, bro, he literally tells him, like, dodge this, like you better move out of the way, bro. And while his stomach is like enchanting or like we're saying like scale of the dragon recoil twin meteors, and like his hand points out Sukuna's, and we just see dismantle, and a huge just slash just comes right out. And bro, I'm pretty sure this was the thing that took out Gojo. Because Kashimo literally says like, is that what did it? Like, is that what killed him? And like the slash that like cuts through worlds, and we see this gigantic like crater, but like I'm not like completely sure if that is like the actual slash that cut Gojo, but that thing did a lot of damage. Like, like that is like a whole ravine, bro. But either way, Sukuna, he's got something to say at this point, and oh my god, bro. He's finally gonna, I guess, like go on this like thing about love where we finally get it like finished, because we've been hearing this a lot, like, you know, I will show you love, or this person will show you love. But Sukuna's real, like, I guess, thoughts on what it is come like to the surface, because he's talking about like, some real idiot was talking about love to me, and that's obviously Yorozu. And he's like, you know, according to her, I don't really know much, like just because I was peerless and because I was sort of lonely when I was alive. But he's like, I understand what she meant, but I just really got pissed off at the way she kept like talking about the way I didn't know things, or like, I mean, Sukuna, he doesn't like really care about love, we find out later, but he doesn't really know what love is at the end of the day, so he doesn't really care. But he's like, you know, she chose the wrong person to talk to. She should have been talking to you, man, or Gojo, to be honest, because you guys are like just in love with the whole concept of finding a peer or somebody on your level of strength, and I just don't care, bro. He even goes on to say, like, you know the answer that you seek, but you just can't comprehend it. And like he finally, I guess, clarifies all this stuff later on, and it's really, I guess, interesting the way he says this stuff. But he's like, you know the answer you seek, you just can't understand it. Like it's something very like mysterious, and I don't really know what he's getting at, but you sort of do. But Kashimo, he's like, what are you trying to say? And then Sukuna's like, you were strong. And then like he holds up his Kamutoke and strikes him with another lightning bolt. But like we know nothing's gonna happen. But it doesn't matter, because Sukuna sort of like warps right behind him, like jumps behind him, and he's like ready to start attacking again. But like Kashimo, he's like, hold up, I'm about to like, hit you with a lightning blast or something, an energy blast. But no, Sukuna grabs both of his arms with, one half of his set of arms, and then starts beating the fuck out of him with his bottom set. And Kashimo starts like going like, he's getting fucked up. Like you can't even see any recognizable details on that man's body, because he's just getting hit so fast at this point. But he gets like flung away. While Kashimo's flying away though, he like throws out his hand, and he's ready to like throw like some blast back at him or something. But right as he does that, he sees like a gigantic like net wave of dismantle slashes coming at him, and he's like, what the fuck? And we cut to old man Kashimo, and you know he's dead. He's done, bro. So he had 2 chapters. I mean he had 3 technically at this fight, but like damn, bro, like we knew it wasn't gonna last very long, but like he's gone already. Like that ability was really cool. I really wanted to see him like kill himself, but I guess, Sukuna's just, he built different, bro. But we have, I guess, the full answer of like what Sukuna thinks about love here. And he talks about, I'm sure a bunch of warriors came and fought you, they challenged you, but like, they weren't trying to curse you, they were just trying to get like acknowledgement by someone that's stronger than him. They wanted to be recognized. And, this sounds a lot like what Kashimo, what Gojo wanted. They wanted somebody that, that could recognize them for their strength and sort of understand what they were going through. Also, if you guys are enjoying the JJK content, want new chapter reviews each week, and maybe even more videos too, just please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Back to the video. But Sukuna continues to say, because this is all like a Sukuna monologue from here on out. And he's like, to validate themselves, they wanted to like, fight you. And they're like, you met them and you cut them down. And, you asked earlier what love is. And like, if that isn't love, what really else is? And that's just really Sukuna's idea of just like, this is love. And like, how can he love people beneath him? Like, that's just how it happens. Like, they come, they challenge him, they attack him, they die to him. And I guess like he sort of acknowledges them in the end. Like, he did the same thing to Jogo at the end. Like, he killed Jogo, but said, you were strong. And I guess that's sort of his way of like answering or like returning that love back to them. Cause he calls Kashimo greedy. Like later on, he's like, we're loved because we're strong and we have to respond to that love, like in our own way. But like, you wanted more than that. You wanted somebody that, could, like bring you like companionship, I guess, in some way. And like, that makes you greedy. Or like, I guess the real translation say like, and yet you lament solitude like all the more just because, you keep beating people. Like, nobody's going to come and become your friend, I guess, at this point. So you lament it. And like, that makes you greedy. And we see like the young Kashimo now. And then Kashimo's talking about like, you're saying like all this is just enough for you. Like just like fighting people and killing them, being the top, like having nobody that's your peer or rival. And he's like, then why did you cut yourself up into all those pieces to like wait for somebody to be stronger than you? Like, why were you doing all of that? And I also think he's asking that because, Kashimo wanted to fight Sukuna. And he's like, why didn't you stay around for longer, to be able to fight me? But Sukuna's like, let me assure you, love is just worthless, bro. Like, none of this really matters. And like, he continues to talk. And I swear, this is the most we've ever heard Sukuna talk in like one like straight like setting. Like, he usually talks a little bit, but like this man's going on a monologue. And he's like, the thought of having somebody like fulfill me never came across my mind. I don't need anybody. If I want to eat, I eat. If I don't like somebody, I kill them. If I think somebody's fun to play with, I'll play with them. Like Sukuna, he lives according to his own rules, his own ethics. Like, it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks because who is going to stop him? Like, that's literally the problem. Like, he literally says, if that can't be understood or like measured, that's your fault, not mine. Like, I don't care. Because like, nobody can answer him. Like, nobody's going to stop Sukuna in any way. And even Kashimo, he sort of smiles at this. And he's like, it sounds like you sort of had your fill. But Sukuna, he's like, hold up, bro. No. Surprisingly. And this is like the craziest part because I'm so happy we're going back to like this theme of Sukuna. But he says the flavors of humans are diverse as they are fleeting, or like the diversity of like human flavors. I guess everybody sort of tastes different to Sukuna in some way, but like, there's just a bunch of different flavors of people that he can taste. And he's like, the perfect thing to do while I wait to die is just slurp up people like to pass time. And I'm like, bro, fine. Like, I've been waiting for Gege to bring in this whole like motif about him eating people. And like, maybe we see like that, like maybe he ate his twin theory thing come into play sometime, but it doesn't seem like any of those like ideas are being brought up because Sukuna right now, he just seems like he is just the top of the top. Like, there's nobody in this world that can like answer him at all. Like, you have to just like submit to what he says. Like, you cannot like go against him because, well, like, what are you gonna do? Like I said, like, what are you gonna do? This dude is built different, bro, and he knows it. He knew it all throughout his whole life, bro. He has just been that guy. But we sort of cut back to the present and we see Hakari's domain, and it's sort of like smashing and crumbling down, and we see them like Hakari and Urahame, they're like falling out of it, and Sukuna's like, oh, and you guys are finally here. And we see Hakari, he's like sort of smiling. I'm not too sure why, because it doesn't look like he hit jackpot, because like he's not like, you know, like all amped up with cursed energy and stuff, but he could be smiling. But he also could be smiling because our boy Yuji and Higuruma, they're flying and looking cool, like fitted up again, just chilling. Higuruma's like flying down with like, he's literally adjusting the tie as he's just flying down in the air. Big ass hammer on him, bro. Yuji, he's got these like claws and like things on his arms that I'm not sure what like cursed object or like tool he ate, but he's doing something too right now. Like, it looks like he's like maybe eating or like talking into his wrist. I don't know, bro. But he's flying in there, both of these guys, and they seem to be quick homies, of course, because Yuji can make homies immediately. But Sukuna sees them all fly in, and he's like, just what do you guys think you'll be able to do? Like, you're just brats. And then we ended off with the little editor's note, and it says, the tag team match in the ghost town of Shinjuku. Itadori and Higuruma arrive on the battlefield. And we have a break next week, man. Fuck, bro. I didn't get to the last chapter because, you know, stuff, but I'm a little bit pissed off because, you know, it was like I had a break last week, I couldn't upload, and then now, and then, you know, break next week. But either way, this chapter has been, like, it's just a banger, bro. Like, best one since, like, a little bit before when Gojo died. Like, that, like, this chapter is just elite because Sukuna is just, like, this is the stuff we've been waiting to see. Like ever since we saw his full form on like one of those like I think just chapter covers. Like that shit was just like mind blowing because we needed to see it, and Gege is finally showing us. So we'll definitely see if we get like a full Heian era flashback where we see like Sukuna's like original form and then like all like back in the day and what's happening. But right now he's back, he's ready to go ham, and he just wants to have more fun, it seems like. But like, I don't know why. Gege keeps drawing Sukuna like really like light. Like his tattoos seem to be like really light sometimes. Not in all like the panels, but I think it might just be like a choice, artistic choice in some reason. But either way, there is a lot of stuff that can happen from this chapter. I mean, what is Yuji doing? Like, has he eaten some type of cursed like object? He has like claws on his hands. Like, it looks like he has like armor on his like elbows and like even like sharp like tips on his elbows. So we know he's gonna be throwing hands. Higuruma's ready. He's got his whole like mallet thing ready to go. And I can't wait to see how he's going to use his domain on Sukuna if he does. I mean, he has to. But the best part about it is Sukuna like probably just won't even care. Like in his mind, it probably won't even be a crime. So like it doesn't even matter at the end of the day or something like that. So you already know some absurd bullshit's going to happen there. But I'm most excited to see Hakari just because if he gets amped up, if he gets jackpots, he might like steamroll in this fight and be able to just do something crazy. But we also know if he doesn't get a jackpot, he might be fucked against Sukuna because, you know, he can just one shot like just over and over again. Sukuna's just built different. But right away, I think that this love thing in the story is probably going to be done with because Gojo and Kashimo are the only two people that have been like thinking about that stuff, and like maybe it'll come in later at the end of this whole fight thing when like Sukuna's like maybe gonna get defeated, because that's a whole nother thing where like who's gonna win, like who's gonna be the winner at the end of this manga. Because usually you think the good guys are gonna win, but JJK has been it's a different type of story where I could totally see like Kenjaku being the winner at the end of the day, and the manga's done and that's just it. Like I can see that, but like obviously we want the good guys to win, and there's just a very slim chances. But this just reminds me of like lots of different other mangas climaxes where the villain's getting just built up to be this like just insane force to overcome. And like, you know, in the Pain arc in Naruto, like how many people did that dude Pain kill before he had to fight Naruto? Like he killed Kakashi, he killed Jiraiya, all that stuff, bro. Like they're just getting built up to be this insane, like super strong thing where Sukuna killed all these people now, and we're gonna have to find a way somehow to beat him. Whether or not that happens, bro, beats me, bro. I don't see it happening in any way other than we get more bullshit powers into the play, or like just